Hello everybody, welcome back to Tar Takes for your second edition. It is April 23rd, 2018, and we are ready to go with your host Ryan Lipton.
And your co-host David Matlock.
The NBA playoffs are underway. Houston is up 110 to 84 right now over Minnesota. And the NBA playoffs, I might add, are a ton of fun to watch as well. There are a bunch of good series, just like Cleveland and the Pacers. What do you make of the Cleveland Cavaliers' struggles? It is tied 2-2. They just won Game 4, 104 to 100 last night. It was close, and there was some controversy with some late calls at the end of the game. What do you make of the Cleveland Cavaliers' struggles?
Well, obviously this series is pretty evenly split. These teams are pretty decently matched, I would say. But I would like to bring this argument, circle this argument in saying the Cleveland Cavaliers are a terrible basketball team. The only reason the Cleveland Cavaliers are even in this position as the number 4 seed is because of LeBron James. LeBron James is averaging 32.5, 11.8, and 8 a game. He is the only reason that the Cavaliers even have somewhat of a competitive chance, and it's no surprise to anybody else. But it is absolutely overwhelming the fact that the Pacers have 7 guys who are averaging 9 points or better, and the Cavaliers only have 3. And LeBron James being the leading scorer at 32.5 points a game, the next closest is Kevin Love at 12. This is not a good basketball team. What's your take?
Yeah, I mean, I would completely have to agree. Cleveland, I mean, I don't know if they get out of this round against the Indiana Pacers. It is extremely evenly matched. Honestly, I think Indiana should have won the game last night. LeBron got very lucky at the end. For those who were watching, Lance Stevenson stripped the ball from LeBron at the end of the game.
Jeff Green.
Sorry, from Jeff Green. You're right. He stripped it from LeBron a few plays before that. But so he stripped it from Jeff Green, and he completely grabbed it. They called the jump ball. The refs called the jump ball at the play, and then they went to the monitors and called it a hostile act. Was the play made by Lance Stevenson.
Just Lance being Lance, man.
And they turned over the call, and they gave 2 free throws to Jeff Green. And that call changed the game. That ended the game. That won the game for Cleveland. So this series could easily be 3-1 Indiana, but it's not. It's 2-2. I still think Cleveland will win, but you know it's pretty close. It might be 60-40 Cleveland's advantage, and even if they do win this series, they will get past the next round. You know, I'm just looking at who they're playing. They would play Toronto or Washington. Actually, they might not get past it. They might lose to Toronto. That might be a 6 or 7 game series, but whatever it is, you know, I don't see them making it to the NBA Finals. LeBron is carrying this entire team. And last night was a close game, 4 points. They still got a lot of help, 18 points from Kyle Korver, 4 of 9 3-point shooting. He hit 2 threes late in the game. So LeBron's getting some help. It's obviously not a lot of help. Kevin Love isn't really doing much, only 5 points. He did have 11 rebounds. But
He is coming off of a thumb injury.
yeah, but still, I mean, injuries are part of the game.
I think this series is a good narrative to compare and contrast LeBron now versus LeBron when he carried that horrible Cleveland Cavaliers team to the finals versus the Spurs.
But that team is nowhere. I mean, this team's a lot better.
Well,
They're
what
still
we saw
Kevin
back
Love,
then
and they're
is
still good.
The old
good
NBA,
depth.
you could have that guy that could carry you the distance. Maybe not win it all, but he could carry you there. But now the NBA is different. We are seeing that there's a focus of talent at the top of the game. And someone like LeBron, as great as he is, he's just not able to compete with guys that can just space the floor. Victor Oladipo averaging 22.3. Bojan Bogdanovic averaging 15.8. Miles Turner with 14.8. Lance Stevenson getting in there with 10 points a game. And his next best scorer is Kevin Love with 12. He just doesn't have the firepower or the assistance.
Yeah, and what's also worrisome for Cleveland is, I mean, Indiana had 7 players that scored double digits the other day, and they're getting a ton of production from their big man. Thaddeus Young, 12 points, 16 rebounds. Miles Turner had 17 points. Sabonis, he had 19 points and 6 rebounds.
Told you that man Sabonis.
And the game was pretty close. You look at the stats. Cleveland shot 1.9% better from the field. Indiana shot 1% better from 3. Cleveland had 10 turnovers. Indiana had 9. the rebounds, 54-51. It's an evenly matched series. You're seeing LeBron, you're seeing the top talent go against an overall much better team without a superstar at the helm, and it's worrisome. Cleveland probably gets game 5, but you know, you just don't know. There's 3 games. It's a 3-game series. It could honestly go either way. You still got to lean towards LeBron, but the main thing to take away from this series is LeBron is questionable to make it out of the first round, and that's an issue. You don't have teams that are questionable to make it out of the first round that make long playoff runs. You just don't have them. LeBron, whatever, I remember last week we brought up the stat that he won 21 straight first-round playoff games. That didn't happen this year. He lost. He's lost twice. He'll probably lose again in the first round. So even if he gets by this round, who knows if he gets by Toronto, and then later on, will he get by Philadelphia if he gets that far? And that's assuming Philadelphia will be the Eastern Conference team or whoever it is. Will LeBron even get to the Eastern Conference? That's a question we have to ask, and that helps us transition